I have here Silvio Heinze from European Youth Press. He was a panelist in the plenary on digital citizenship, and he has very interesting comments and interventions. Can you just recall the story of this 9-year-old girl with a blog from Scotland?
Oh yeah, it's actually Martha, and it's a schoolgirl of 9 years old in Scotland, and she created a blog where she posted photos of her school meals, daily school meals. Yeah, and she rated it, and she made it open to comment on things and so on, because she was unhappy about their school meals, and yeah, she got quite a large audience. Millions of users from all over the world, clicked on the blog and comment on this, sent her the pictures of their own school meals, and yeah, which is quite interesting, because I think this is what shows what young people are capable of. Yeah? They are actively participating, and they want to go out of their own small sphere, yeah? And connect with others. I mean, on the bad side of this, her school didn't allow her to do this, so they banned her camera, so he wasn't allowed to take any photos anymore. But today they took this back, so now she can do it again because of all this public pressure on kind of censorship of
I'm doing also the same thing, always making pictures of my food, so I really felt like, okay, I'm not the only one. Does it mean that everyone can be like a journalist? You were talking about citizen journalism.
Yeah, I think it's a really large change in media, that there is no big divided anymore between consumers and producers and so on, and everyone can be a producer, can be creative, can be a creator actually. And I think this is quite interesting, also in the actual debate about property rights and remix culture, and how to really prove innovation, yeah. And yeah, I think this is also a big thing for media, because people quoting, remixing, and putting new things together and so on, and especially young people are doing this. I mean, they're growing up with this remix culture and being creators, because they have the tools, they're using the tools, and they're being much more into this naturally than I am.
We heard many different options and opinions about offline, online world. This is something that is part of the same thing. What do you think? What is the right approach?
Well, I don't like the division between online and offline world anymore, because I don't see it. I mean, the online world is something which changes our reality. So it's nothing you can say, okay, this is the offline world and this is the online world, and yeah, there's a clear border. No, it's just online on the internet and the new technologies. Yeah? It's not just the internet, it's also how we use new technologies are just interfering and changing our realities and our lives. And so I think it's not appropriate to speak about offline and online, because it takes out what's going on currently in reality.
You also mentioned and said that internet is a new public space. If it's a public space, who should regulate it if we have billions of users going online on different parts of the world all around?
Well, I would say, first of all, the internet is a lot of spaces, yeah? It's an infinite number of spaces you can participate on. On the other hand, internet itself is first, the possibility to connect with others, and so their public spaces are created inside of this. A really interesting debate currently is, what is Facebook? Is Facebook a public space? Because a lot of people are in there, and a lot of people are just forced to be in there because of social pressure. Because if everybody of your friends are in Facebook, I mean, you have to be in Facebook or you're out. And so this is an interesting question about, is it a public space? From a user perspective, a lot of private company sites like Facebook are public spaces, and what to do with this. because you know the Facebook is creating the rules and not we, and not any government, not any democratic elected government. So it's kind of public spaces which are where the rules are dictated
by private companies.
Yeah. So, and I think if we speak about public spaces, I think it's an interesting question how to make these public spaces more democratic and so on. And I think it's also a question about regulation. When we put on regulation, how to also live with the reality that there is not one public space in the internet. There are a lot of spaces. And they have maybe different needs because there are different groups of just digital citizens.
Yeah, as you see, there are many questions that we can discuss all of these years, and I'm happy that we have a chance now. It's maybe just for my videos afterwards, not for this interview, but what is your impression until now on EuroDIG? The whole sessions, workshops, we were divided, there were flash events. What's your impression until now?
I mean, what I like on EuroDIG is that it creates this feeling what internet gives you, that this big complex of topics, of actors, stakeholders and so on, which are somehow mingling, interfering each other and so on, and that a lot of things are just happening parallel, so you can't follow everything, and so you have to focus somehow, you have to find your way in this complex system. And I think this is also what you have a bit of feeling in EuroDIG. So you have a lot of splashes besides the panels and so on. So you need to focus, and also because you know they are taking a lot of different topics from all over the digital sphere. So